Well, actually, Searching for Juliet is the name of one of the tracks that's on the EP, and right now I'm single at the moment, so I don't know, I just thought it would be cool, you know, just to kind of get the fans really excited, because they're always just, you know, ask, a question that I get a lot actually is, would I ever date a fan? And the answer to that is like, yeah, but if there is, you know, a really strong chemistry there. And so I just thought like, oh, it'd be so exciting, you know, to sort of get the fans just really interested, because also like Searching for Juliet just like is about trying to find that special someone, and I wrote it about you know, all these other relationships that I had been in, that it was just, I guess after a while you sort of, that spark goes away that is the beginning, and you just sort of get used to being with the person that you're with. And I was like really wanting to find just that really amazing romance that like you see in the movies and you hear about in books and that people say isn't really real. So altogether, it was just sort of the title came from the song Searching for Juliet, and then just the idea that I thought it would be something that the fans would really enjoy as well.
Okay, so what are you most excited for on this EP about it?
Well, the EP is definitely an evolution of my music and who I am as an artist. I think that it really shows the development that I've had time to go through since releasing my first album, which is Wonderstruck. Because when I was doing Wonderstruck, I was still, you know, at the beginning of my career and figuring out who I am as an artist. And so through all the time that went by, I really figured everything out and had a chance to put together a CD full of songs that I feel like really showcase who I am to people. And the main theme of the EP is love, but it's all the different stages of love. I have a song on the EP that's called Hello, which is, you know, before you actually are even, you know, in a relationship with someone, it's like you like this person, you've been, you know, admiring them from afar, and I think we all go through those you know, experiences where we have this crush on someone, but we just want to know that like they even know that we exist. And then, you know, I have songs on there about, you know, what it's like to think that you know someone and then find out that they're completely like the opposite of what you thought they were. So I think the fans are really gonna be able to sort of, you know, go from one song to the next on the EP and experience all the different stages of love and to sort of relate to this song. So I'm really excited to get the feedback.
Yeah. How long have you been like seriously doing music?
Well, you know, I grew up singing all my life since I was 5, and I would just do things in my community and church, and that's actually how I started out, was in church. And then early in high school, what happened was, it was really, really lucky. I was doing a talent show in high school, and one of the people that I'm really good friends with, this girl Leah, her mom works at BMI, which they, you know, they collect royalties for artists and really, really big in the music industry. Her mom works there and came and heard me, and afterwards, you know, approached me and talked to me and asked me if music is something that I take serious and want to do, and I was like, of course, yeah. So brought me into her office and really helped me get started, and that was about 3.5 years ago. So I'd say it's been about 3.5 year journey since then.
Okay, and how long have you been like seriously doing music?
Well, you know, I grew up singing all my life since I was 5, and I would just do things in my community and church, and that's actually how I started out, was in church. And then early in high school, what happened was, it was really, really lucky. I was doing a talent show in high school, and one of the people that I'm really good friends with, this girl Leah, her mom works at BMI, which they, you know, they collect royalties for artists and really, really big in the music industry. Her mom works there and came and heard me, and afterwards, you know, approached me and talked to me and asked me if music is something that I take serious and want to do, and I was like, of course, yeah. So brought me into her office and really helped me get started. And that was about 3.5 years ago. So I'd say it's been about 3.5 year journey since then.
Okay, and if you could go back to yourself 3.5 years ago, like, would you have any advice, or is it just like, hey?
Well, if I could go back to myself 3.5 years ago, I'd probably tell myself not to have, to keep high expectations, but to slow down and enjoy everything as it happens, because I've noticed that I get really caught up, you know, in wanting things to sort of happen faster than they do happen, and I sort of, all of a sudden, it's like right now, I'm like, wow, it's already September, and it's like this entire year has just gone by so fast for me. And there's been so many amazing things that have happened, but if I could go back, I would have probably been in the moment more with everything that was going on, and enjoyed just everything a little bit more. So I'd probably just tell myself to slow down and enjoy the ride, because it's not something that happens every day.
Yeah, okay, so where are you hoping to see yourself like 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I'd like to see myself already signed to a label and singing to sold out crowds who are singing my lyrics back to me, and you know, still to have that relationship with my fans where it's like family, because right now I think what's really cool is that I am really connected with my fans, and so it is sort of like family in a way. And to see that, you know, my music has done something positive in the world, and that somehow my music and my gift has inspired other people to follow their dreams as well.
Yeah, okay, so what's your typical day like now? Everything going on?
Well, every day is usually completely different. I never really have a typical day that's the same. Sometimes, you know, I have things like I'll come and do an interview like this now, and then I have shows. Sometimes I'll be just at home all day and, you know, take time to write and work on new songs and to practice so I can get better at the stuff that I already have. You know, there's just so much right now. You know, I'm finishing the new EP and getting ready to shoot a music video for the single Superhuman. So there's always so much different stuff going on, but at least I'm staying busy, so I'm not sitting at home like pulling my hair out with absolute boredom.
Yeah, so we have some less serious questions now. Speaking of Superhuman, if you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
If I could have a superpower, it would probably be the ability to fly, because I'm really, really like antsy-pantsy, and like I drove all the way from Nashville here to California about like a month ago, and I mean, I think I did pretty well on that trip, but I drove another trip that was like from here in California all the way to Texas, and it was just as long, and like I just wanted to like jump out the window because I don't do well in a really small confined area for a long amount of time.
Okay. What is your best/favorite pickup line?
My favorite pickup line? Yeah, I never really used pickup lines. I've always been the type of person who, if I wanted to talk to a girl, I'd just be really straightforward and like just real and just like, hey, what's up? So I'm gonna have to let you down on that one. I don't have any. Okay,
so do you have any like guilty pleasures as far as like listening to music goes, where you're just like,
well, I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan. She's one of my biggest inspirations. And, you know, I really like her writing because she's just so real and sincere with her music. So I like that. It's like she's got such catchy pop songs, but at the same time, it's like there's meaning behind them. And that's sort of what I want to do with my music, is to have music that it's like you can turn up and have fun listening to, and like and dance to with your friends, but at the same time you can sort of feel like there's a connection between the lyrics of the songs and to your life.
Okay, so if you could have one song play every time you walked into a room, what do you think it would be?
It would probably be Collide by Howie Day because that's my favorite song.
Okay. If you had 3 wishes, what would you want to wish for?
If I could have 3 wishes, my first wish would be for anyone and everyone who's believed in me and made sacrifices for my music and for me to be where I am now. For them to be taken care of and to like have one wish so that they can like have something in return, if that makes sense at all. My second wish would be to have a never-ending supply of hot sauce because I'm like a total like hot sauce addict, and I put hot sauce on everything, and it kind of gets to the point where it grosses people out because sometimes I'll just put it on their stuff. Like one time I put hot sauce on pancakes, and it was and then my last wish would be that I could like go to space and be the first person to perform on the moon.
Okay, next question. What do you want your fans to get from listening to your music?
When my fans hear my music, you know, I want them to just feel good. I don't want it to be something complicated. I just want them to feel like good about themselves and to feel like that, you know, that warm feeling that you get on Christmas or something. Like, you know, there's just some music where it just always puts you in like a really positive mood. And like I do have some songs that, you know, aren't happy, but that's because I write about stuff that's real and that I've been through. So I'll write about the like breakups or moments that haven't been easy for me. But it's because I want people to be able to feel like they have someone who understands them, and I also, you know, want to feel like people can relate to things that I've been through. But overall, I just want people to be able to enjoy my music and not feel like it's something that's super complicated.
Okay. Well, that's it for now.
Thank you so much for having me, Lydia.
Yes, no problem.